Chapter 1 of Santa Claus's Partner. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Eddie Winter. Santa Claus's Partner by Thomas Nelson Page. To my father, who among all the men the writer knew in his youth was the most familiar with books, and who, of all the men the writer has ever known, has exemplified best the virtue of open-handedness. This little book is affectionately inscribed by his son, the author. Chapter 1. Berryman Livingstone was a successful man, a very successful man, and as he sat in his cushioned chair in his inner private office, in the best office building in the city, on a particularly snowy evening in December, he looked it every inch. It spoke in every line of his clean-cut, self-contained face, with its straight, thin nose, closely drawn mouth, strong chin, and clear grey eyes, in every movement of his erect, trim, well-groomed figure, in every detail of his faultless attire, in every tone of his assured, assertive, incisive speech. As someone said of him, he always looked as if he had just been ironed. He used to be spoken of as a man of parts. Now he was spoken of as a man of wealth, a capitalist. Not that he was as successful as he intended to be, but the way was all clear and shining before him now. It was now simply a matter of time. He could no more help going on to further heights of success than his gilt-edged securities stored in thick parcels in his safe deposit boxes could help bearing interest. He contemplated the situation this snowy evening with a deep serenity that brought a transient gleam of light to his somewhat cold face. He knew he was successful by the silent envy with which his acquaintances regarded him, by the respect with which he was treated and his opinion was received at the different boards of which he was now an influential member, by men who 15 years ago hardly knew of his existence. He knew it by the numbers of invitations to the most fashionable houses which crowded his library table, by the familiar and jovial air with which presidents and magnates of big corporations, who could on a moment's notice change from warmth, temperate warmth, to ice, greeted him, and by the cajoling speeches with which fashionable mummers with unmarried daughters of a certain or uncertain age rated him a...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?